So the last time we were here, we saw that you could sign into the website. And it will return the user. So clearly the next thing that we should be doing is we should be signing out. So I'm going to create a new file. And once again, instead of me typing all the code, I'm just going to paste it in and then explain what's going on. Just going to save it first, save as, and we're going to save this as sign out. And we're going to go back to index.html and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to add a link. And once again, I forgot the quotes. There we go. So we're going to save that. Go back and refresh. There we go. So sign up we've already done. Sign in is what we did last time. And this time we're going to go to sign out. But just before we do that, I'm going to hopefully explain the code. So once again, we just got some standard heading stuff at the top. This time we only have 2 files, but we already had them from the last time. So the identity, cognito file, and the config, and you don't need to change anything. So we just leave those 2 alone. Inside the body, we have another div, and it's going to say sign out, and it's going to actually just tell the user that they have successfully signed out. We're going to have another section here that actually brings you back to index.html, and I'm actually going to grab that, and in the sign in section we're going to add that in as well, so that on each of these pages you can go back to the home page. And that's it for what's on the website. So what kind of script do we have here? Well, it's a lot similar to the last one. Once again, we have this dictionary that gets our credentials from config. We spin up a new instance of a cognito identity from our data. We take that user pool and we get the current user. So in theory, you should be signed in. If you're signed in, this should hold your cognito signed in information. If you're not signed in, well, then that's fine. You're already signed out, so you're good to go. On the window load, we're going to run this complete function. So as soon as the window is loaded, our new page, this is going to run. If there is an actual cognito user, we're going to do what's inside of here. What we're going to do is we're going to get the current session, and we're just going to print out that this is a valid session. So the reason I'm doing that is to prove that you're logged in, and this will show up in the console that you have a session, and then immediately after that we're going to run the command to sign you out and then log that you've been signed out. So in the console we should see a valid session and then you being signed out. If you are not a valid cognito user for this particular pool, then it's just going to say you're already signed out because you're not signed in, so you're good to go. So this code hopefully is a little easier to understand than our last one. So we're just going to save that and we're going to come back here. So here's our workflow. We've already signed up, so we can't sign up again. Make sure that you pressed F12 so you can see what's happening in the console. We're going to go sign in. You'll notice that the home page has shown, link has shown up there, and we're going to sign in, and you'll notice we got our information and we can see our tokens and our email in the console. So now we're going to go back to the home page. Remember, we are currently now signed in. So we're going to click on sign out now. And I spelled it wrong. So I'm going to have to fix that. Let's go back and fix that. There we go. Now it's spelled correctly. So we're going to reload. Now it's spelled correctly. And you'll notice there is the thing that said it was a valid session was true. That came from this right here, which means the Cognito user wasn't null and we were signed in correctly and we didn't get an error. So it said that it was a valid user, and then it signed us out instantly and said you're signed out. So if we come back, there we were signed in, and then we've signed out instantly. And we've successfully signed out. So now we have a process of being able to log in or sign up for the website, log in, and sign out. What we're going to do next time is, instead of signing in and just showing the email address here, what we're going to do is capture that email address and then use the code that we had last time in temp, and we're going to replace it right here so that you can actually see the information coming back.